Hi, I'm Dr. Bill Lyle and I practice obstetrics and gynecology. And if you ever had a doubt on whether the attack on the image of God in the womb was a global demonic attack, if you ever had doubts about that, please give me a few minutes and let me convince you this is a global attack. A recent study in the Journal of Contraception, which included 26 different studies from clinics all across the world, from India, Africa, the United States, Australia, China, Finland, and the UK. They combined these 26 different studies on how to use the abortion pill to kill a baby in the womb up to 28 weeks gestation. Yes, 28 weeks gestation. The abortion pill in the United States is recommended for up to 10 weeks gestation, and over 700,000 babies, the entire population of Washington, D.C., are killed each year now with the abortion pill in the United States. But here are 26 different articles on saying how you can use the abortion pill easily. And these are our recipes, and these are our procedures for doing this up to 28 weeks. Well, 28 weeks, I mean, isn't there a good chance that a baby would be born maybe with a heartbeat and trying to breathe and struggle to gasp for breath? Well, yes. So because of that, they recommended fetal asystole be performed prior to using the pill, the abortion pill, to kill a baby up to 28 weeks gestation. Well, what's fetal asystole? You remember from high school biology, when the heart contracts, that's called systole. So asystole is no contractions. In fact, in the article, they recommended, I'm going to quote, and you'll see it up there on the screen, inducing asystole before medication abortion at near viable gestational durations is recommended to avoid signs of life at the time of expulsion. It's widely practiced for legal considerations as well as patient and provider comfort. And then they give their different recipes on how they will induce fetal asystole before beginning a medical abortion. Why? For provider and patient comfort, because you just don't want to see somebody alive. This is just like during World War II with the concentration camps, where they had two different teams. You had two different teams there at the concentration camps leading people into the gas chambers. You had the first team, which would just herd the people into the gas chamber, and then once they were all locked in, they were alive, and they were told they were going to be able to have the opportunity to get a shower, and then other people would actually drop from above the gas chamber, Zyklon B, which was a chemical which would release cyanide gas, which would kill everybody inside of these gas chambers. But then they had a different team of soldiers who would then take the dead bodies out of the gas chamber. Why? Because it was more comfortable. You had one group that was putting living people inside of the gas chamber, and then to make it easier for not seeing living people becoming dead people, they had a total different group of workers outside the other end of the gas chambers who would just be removing dead bodies. So they never saw them alive, and they never got to interact with them when they were alive. This is the same thing. You're still killing a baby that has an 80 to 90% chance of surviving on the outside, and yet if you stop the baby's heart, and they recommended different recipes. Some groups said we like to use digoxin. Some said we like to use potassium chloride. Other groups said they like to just cut the umbilical cord, open up the cervix and then grab the umbilical cord, bring it down, and then cut it. And even when you look at the recommendations, there was one study, this is not a rare thing. There was one case series of 407 patients, 16 to 22 weeks gestation, where umbilical cord cutting. The umbilical cord, this is the connection between the life support system of the placenta and then going directly into the umbilicus, the belly button of the baby. This is the cord that brings everything the baby needs to live. They would then have a suction tube go up through the cervix and then bring the fluid and the umbilical cord down and then cut the umbilical cord. Cut the life support system, which is providing everything the baby needs. In fact, the use of potassium chloride resulted in asystole within 210 seconds for all cases but one. And the median time to asystole was 48 seconds. In one procedure, cord transection was done when asystole did not occur after 5 minutes of potassium chloride injection, and asystole occurred 28 minutes later. These are nothing but different recipes and procedures on how to kill a baby in the womb to make it more comfortable for the abortionist and to make it more comfortable for the patient. God forbid that this continues. We need to take a stand up against this atrocity, this demonic attack on the image of God in the womb. In so many ways, we treat and we diagnose and we cure babies in the womb. We are now doing open heart surgery where instead of stopping the baby's heart, we're actually removing tumors from the baby's hearts. And we actually will start an IV in the baby's hand, and the baby is given pain medicine, fentanyl, and a paralytic called Norcuron to make the baby comfortable and also making sure that the baby doesn't move around while they are doing open heart surgery. We are now doing vascular brain surgery. Spina bifida corrective surgery is now in its third generation, and we're even doing vascular brain surgery. It's amazing how we can treat the preborn as patients. Yet here are journals from countries all across the world who are giving you their recipes, their cookbooks, and their dosing on how to kill a baby with the abortion pill up to 28 weeks. It is just horrible and barbaric that trained physicians are using their skills and training to kill 80 to 90% babies who would be viable on the outside. It's just no different from the Holocaust, where you had people from chemical companies using their skills as chemists to be able to develop something called Zyklon B, which would kill millions of people in the gas chambers, men, women, and children in the gas chambers. We are entering into an era of a totally different Holocaust. We have over 1.1 million abortions here in the United States each year, but that is only 1% of the global abortions across the globe. So when we look at over 100 million abortions globally, this is an attack. This is a demonic attack against the image of God. Genesis 1:26 says that we are created at the image of God. That happens at conception, not at your birth. So take a stand, get engaged, get involved with your local pregnancy center, support politicians who are standing up for life. If you have any questions, you can contact me on this barbaric, heinous medical atrocity that is going on in the United States. And you can contact me at our website, which is prolifedoc.org. God bless you all. Do what is right and get engaged in a fight for life.